was that? Wilderness Whisper.
The first video comes from Scorch, who emailed me about a strange experience he and his friend had in the woods. The weather had been beautiful for a few days, and they were feeling bored, so they decided to try out an app called Randonautica for the first time. If you haven't heard of it, Randonautica is an app that generates random coordinates for you to explore. The idea is to get people off the couch and out of the house, but it has a reputation. There have been plenty of stories where people ended up in creepy or even disturbing places, like abandoned buildings, crime scenes, or just seriously weird spots. Scorch and his friend generated 4 random locations. 3 of them turned out to be on private property, but one seemed accessible and worth checking out. So they hopped in the car and followed the coordinates somewhere into the woods along a narrow path. And here's what they found.
So yeah, you can see us walk down the path now. I actually did some commentary in the moment there, but as I said, the sound was fairly crappy, so I decided to just voice over it in the end. And yeah, that's the first thing you can see there. That's a piece of paper, which says write down your cell phone number. It says something more. You can you'll see that in a second there when you fold it open. And yeah, that's also that's already kind of weird, right? Just in the middle of nowhere. In the woods there, and yeah, that's kind of blurry. Didn't get the shot right, it was too zoomed in. And then yeah, let's see what it says on the inside. So it says I can give you a cell phone number or even an email address. Give me your mail address and I'll send you it, whatever it is referring to. I don't know, we might get more conclusive once you see what else we found, but I feel like it just gives me more questions than answers. So yeah, I just put it back on the stick now, and then you can see us walk down the path again. So that's when that's like a meter further. A bunch of bras just lying over the tree there. There were like 5 or 6 of them. No clue why the hell they were there. And as well, I want to mention here that the piece of paper was completely dry and didn't show any signs that it got wet at any time. So the last time it rained, it was on the 3rd of August. So it couldn't have been older than a couple of days, since we found it on the 6th of August. So like 3 days apart, couldn't be that old, right? It had to be fairly new. And the fact that we decided to do this with Randonautica exactly at this day is, well, a coincidence, to say the least. In the end, we actually decided to write down a number, my number, actually. And just for fun, I mean, like, what could be the worst that happens there, right? I mean, in the worst case scenario, I just block the number if worst comes to worst. And yeah, then we left.
What they found was definitely strange. As you heard, Scorch had left his phone number on the note they discovered, and that's not where the creepy part ends. A few days after their visit, he received a message from an unknown number. It simply said, "Hi." He replied, but never got a response. 4 days later, Scorch went back to the spot with some friends who were curious after hearing the story. But when they arrived, everything was gone. The bras, the note, completely vanished. In his email, Scorch swears this is 100% real and insists nothing was staged, and honestly, I believe him. So let's break this down. What could have really happened there? The bras. Why were they there in the first place? And that note, what did the writer mean by it? To this day, Scorch never received the mysterious it the note seemed to promise. It's unsettling. Could this have been a chilling sign? Maybe the belongings of victims left behind by someone dangerous. Maybe the note was a twisted game, waiting to see who would take the bait and leave their number. Or was it just an elaborate prank set up to mess with anyone who stumbled across it? No one really knows. But one thing's for sure. It's weird, and as long as nothing has happened to Scorch or his friends, we can only assume they're safe. For now. What do you think really happened? AppyMountain is an outdoor-focused channel where the creator shares his knowledge of nature, bushcraft, and survival, often taking us along on his wilderness adventures. His videos are usually relaxing, informative, and a true pleasure to watch. But in this particular episode, the vibe shifts a little. This time, he ventures deep into the forest for an overnight bushcraft adventure, and things feel a bit different.
Oh, that was close. Looks like we got company up here today, boys. I'm heading up on the mountain to do some work at camp and do my first overnighter of the year solo. I got some stuff I want to get done up here at camp, and I'm gonna head up here, get to work, settle in, and see what happens. Yeah, I always be aware when you're crossing logs like this. Never know when something's laying underneath.
He eventually found a spot he liked, set his gear down, and got to work. After building his shelter, it was time to get a fire going.
Look at that. The gnats have departed. Kind of bored waiting for the sun to go on down there and waiting on dinner time. So I thought I would try my hand at making my own spoon. Got a good little decent block of wood there. We'll see if I can.
He spent quite a bit of time carving a spoon, really taking his time with it. Before he knew it, night had fallen, and it was time to settle in and get some rest.
Well, boys and girls, getting ready to hit the hay. It's a little after 9, and I'm whipped. I think I'm gonna sleep good tonight. It's supposed to be relatively warm, in the 50s, and it feels like it.
This is when things started to get a little creepy. He was woken up by strange sounds coming from the woods, and the unsettling part, they were getting closer.
Alright guys, we'll give you a quick update. It's about 10 after 10. I laid down about 9 o'clock, and I was trying to go to sleep. It took me a while, and I was almost asleep, and sometime before 10, I was woke up by something I've never heard in my life. And I know this might sound sensational or something that, I'm not bullshitting. I heard like 4 quick, very loud, deep guttural calls on this ridge behind me, behind camp. There's like a dip on the other side, and it goes up to a higher ridge on this backside, and it sounded like it come from over there. Needless to say, I'm pretty wigged out being up here by myself. I got up and got this first thing. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was big. It sounded big. About 1 o'clock, I woke up again. I heard something circle my camp. it's close. Hear that? Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them, and it started on the other side of my camp, went around my perimeter.
You can clearly hear something walking in the dark. And what's even creepier is that, at one point, you can actually see a pair of eyes reflecting in the camera, just watching him, and they were really close. The strange part? He didn't even notice them, not during the trip, not while filming, and not even when he first uploaded the video. It's honestly pretty unsettling. Sure, it was probably an animal, but usually wild animals keep their distance from people. This one, though, seemed like it was watching, maybe even stalking him. No one knows for sure what kind of animal it was, but whatever it was, the vibe was definitely off. Thankfully, nothing happened to him, and he did mention that he had a gun with him just in case, so that's reassuring. In the morning, he woke up like nothing had happened. He didn't say a word about the eyes, which just confirms he never saw them. So, what do you think? Was it just a curious animal or something else? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, let me tell you something about a cool feature on YouTube. Have you ever wanted to check if a channel posted something new, but had to search for it every time? Well, there's a simple fix for that. Just click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I upload, turn on the notification bell too. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so why not give it a try? Forrest Galante is a world-renowned wildlife biologist and TV host. His mission is to inspire and educate people about animals and adventure through media, whether it's hosting shows on the Discovery Channel, giving expert interviews, or producing his own wildlife and natural history content. But this time, he heads into the Florida Everglades, and something happens that none of you will see coming. I'll let him explain why he was out there in the first place, and then we'll dive into the footage. Take a look.
Towards the end of the day, we come up on the last thing we need to do, and the rain started to roll in. There's a little bit of thunder in the distance, but you know, the weather's not that bad. It's Florida. It rains here. There's lightning and thunder all the time. And I'm like, all right, guys, we got one more thing we got to do. We literally actually turned the car around and had the car come back. And I was like, one more thing we got to do, and that is to do a product review, like an honest gear review of the Garmin watch and the Garmin InReach Mini 2, because I love this stuff and we need it. Safety is paramount. And I'm saying this to Mitch, and Mitch is like, I don't think so, man. Like, that thunder's pretty serious. You know, Mitch lives here in Florida. I don't. I live in Southern California where we never have rain. And I say to Mitch, I'm like, we got to do this one thing. He's like, I don't think we should, man. That thunder, the rain's pretty serious. I'm like, shut up, Mitch. We're fine. Like always, which is our dynamic. And I'm like, shut up, Mitch. We're fine.
At this point, you probably know what's coming next. Warning, this next part has some loud sounds.
Here we go. All right, so honest gear review time. When I'm out here in a place like this, in a remote swamp where the thunder's cracking off and there's alligators cruising around, there's a couple things that I absolutely cannot live without. One of those is a GPS. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, you should always have a GPS, and I used to carry a big, bulky handheld one, and I got hit. I felt it, yeah. I got hit. That hurt. Yeah, it just hurt. Really? Yeah.
I guess Thor wasn't a fan of that product because he almost got struck by lightning. Can you believe it? The lightning hit right behind him, splashing into the water, and of course, it affected him. Later in the video, he says that even after 40 minutes, his legs, thighs, and butt were still sore. That really shook him up. Honestly, it was way too close for comfort. That lightning strike could have ended everything right then and there, with no warning. Well, okay, maybe the rain was a warning, but not a direct one. He was incredibly lucky, and I'm so relieved nothing bad happened to him. It's scary how unpredictable life can be. One moment you're just reviewing a product, and the next, anything can happen. So, enjoy life. Tell your loved ones you care about them. Be happy in every moment. We all have tough times, but we've got to keep our heads up, because the next day is never guaranteed. On October 15th, 2016, Kevin Diepenbrock was riding his motorbike along US Highway 129, famously known as the Dragon, when he collided with another biker and tumbled down a deep ravine. Sadly, the other rider, Philip Polito, did not survive. Kevin suffered severe injuries. After the crash, Kevin called out for help, but quickly realized no one could hear him. Knowing how badly hurt he was and fearing he might not make it, he decided to record a final message for his family on his phone.
That's all I can really say. About 10:30 this morning. Been laying here ever since. About 50 feet down in the ravine. Just want to say I love you guys. Sorry I was being stupid, but you know that's what I do. Mom, Dad, love you. Courtney, love you. Kurt and Marnie, Karen, Matt, love you guys. Take care. I think I got a broke sternum, ribs, maybe back. I love you guys. Take care of the puppies for me too. Hey, 7 o'clock. Trying to use my flashlight to wave somebody down. I think I moved. I think I tried getting up. I think I passed out. Definitely punctured some lungs. Oh. Love you guys.
After more than 24 hours of yelling and flashing his flashlight, hoping someone would find him, a passing biker finally heard Kevin's cries for help and called for assistance. Kevin had suffered 2 punctured lungs, 17 broken bones across 12 ribs, and multiple spinal fractures, but despite all that, he survived. He was incredibly lucky that someone heard him. It's hard to even imagine what he went through. Trapped and injured, unable to get help, and facing the terrifying thought that his last breath might come there, all alone. Such a traumatic and terrifying experience. Somewhere in Slovakia, a man was hiking a forest trail with his dog when he came across something terrifying. Somehow, a trail camera was pointed right at that spot, and this is what it captured. If you're still watching, comment the word window. This has to be a spot with frequent animal activity, which is why people set up a trail camera right there. That bear was really trying to get him, but he handled it perfectly, hiding behind a tree and trying to fend the bear off. Thankfully, it worked, and both he and his dog got away unharmed. Seriously, guys, I've said it a million times. Never hike on trails known for bear activity without bear spray. It costs around $50, and you can carry it with you even if nothing happens. But if you do run into trouble and don't have it, it could cost you your life. The choice is yours. While driving through a forest in Utah, a couple rounded a corner and suddenly came across something huge. Check it out.
We just saw a big black
animal or creature. He hid behind this tree as we rounded the corner in our car.
Look at the berries in this tree. This is where he was at.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw him. I don't know. I could hear and see him moving back there. I don't know if the camera got him though. He's up here eating these.
They started investigating and found some footprints that, let's just say, don't look like they belong to any animals we know.
There's the footprint. We've got it casted. Here's the stride. It's a 6-foot stride. What was it, Brody? 70 inches?
72.
72 inches was the stride. And there's the other print. We're not casting this one. The toes aren't as definitive. But this footprint over here was so fresh that the vegetation, and we already filmed it and took pictures, but the vegetation underneath the print are still pressed down, and it had great toes. We overfilled it like you're supposed to. The tops of the cast is not the important part. It's the underneath, the impression underneath. Almost 19 inches long in length from heel to toe. It's about 8.5 inches wide, and we're really excited. This is the biggest footprint that we've ever seen. This is a very active spot. I'm panning around a little bit, showing viewers where I'm at. We come from that direction. The storm's rolling in, it's picking up. It's a real soft, squatchy area. It's very squatchy. A lot of food sources: elderberries, Oregon grapes, raspberries, strawberries, huckleberries. Here's the 72-inch stride of what has to be just a massive male that's moved into the area.
Yeah, I know some of you don't believe in Bigfoot, but seriously, what was that? Could it have been a bear? Maybe climbing a tree to get berries? Some people really think this is one of the clearest Bigfoot encounters ever caught on camera. It was a massive black figure with absolutely gigantic feet. Of course, I can't say for sure if it really was Bigfoot. I mean, who even knows if it exists? But if people believe it, who am I to judge? Honestly, the whole Bigfoot story is pretty fascinating. What do you guys think? That's it for today. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we post. Also, leave a comment below sharing your favorite encounter. And if you have a story of your own that you'd like to have shared, send it to the email in the description. Don't forget to click on one of the videos on the screen to see more.